Little do you know your life sucks right now. You know why? Because you don't have an astronaut helmet. Now you do.
Wow.
Introducing the astronaut helmet. The astronaut helmet comes in 4 colors: chrome, car bumper, tinfoil, and silver. Do all of your daily activities. Regain confidence. Do things you never thought you could do. Impress your mom. Caution. Oxygen is not included. The company has no jurisdiction for your lack of air or stupidity.
Don't forget to become a member of the Bit Squad. As a Bit Squad member, you have the opportunity this month to win a Nano Ledger S, sponsored by Nimic. Like and comment on each of our videos this month for the maximum number of entries. Must be a subscriber to win. Hey Bit Squad, welcome back to the channel. I was starting to think that the only green I was ever going to see again was my green screen behind me, and you guys don't even get to see it most of the time. But we're back with a green day today. Absolutely phenomenal day, especially maybe if you'd gotten into some positions at some lower levels and things like that. So we're going to take a look at that here in just a minute, and then we're going to cover that in our story. So check out the fresh 5 stories of the day, starting with Market Watch. Market Watch. So it seemed we were just at 111 billion, and now we're all the way up to 121 billion, about $10 billion coming into the market today. Bitcoin coming in at 3662, and as you guys can see up here, Bitcoin dominance is also falling at 53.1%. But those charts on the right, man, they sure do look great. We've only got one big mover in the top 10 though, in terms of moving up in position, and that would be Litecoin coming in at number 4. So we'll talk maybe about why that is here in a little bit when we get to our stories of the day. So top 5 gainers of the day, we have Quant, Hypercash, Litecoin, Bitcoin, stay away, Veritasium. Somebody said I should do a video on Veritasium and why I keep saying it may be a scam. I don't know if I'll have time to do that, but you know, you guys can do your own research. You know, I don't have to, you know, tell you guys everything. So I think if you look into Veritasium a little bit and look kind of behind the founder and things like that, you will probably find some sketchy things. So top 5 losers of the day, if you look, I believe all 5 of these are stable coins. Aurora, DAI, USD coin, which Coinbase is stable coin, True USD, and Gemini dollars. So definitely a good day on the markets. Number 5. All right, coming in at number 5, we have Gemini advertising directly on Wall Street. This is a picture that was taken of an advertisement that is directly on Wall Street in New York City. It says money has a future, Gemini, the regulated cryptocurrency exchange. So, you know, I just did a story on Gemini the other day and about their stablecoin and how there's some questions behind, are they closing people's accounts for, you know, wanting to withdraw too much fiat basically and wanting to cash in their stablecoins. But regardless of whether that's going on or not, this is big for crypto that we've got a cryptocurrency advertisement on Wall Street. So good job landing that landing spot. Number 4. So one of the stories here on the channel that kind of slipped through the cracks and I didn't get a chance to talk about was CZ coming out and saying that he believed that in the future, Amazon would be forced to accept cryptocurrency. Well, what about this interesting story here? 13% of shoppers polled said that they want to buy Bitcoin using Amazon. So it's not just that they want to use Bitcoin to spend on Amazon, but they want to be able to buy Bitcoin through Amazon. So the only way I could ever see this happening would be if Amazon decided to do its own exchange, which honestly would not surprise me. I think everybody's expecting them to come out with their own coin, which I think they will at some point. But also, what if they came out with an exchange at the same time? We already know they're dipping their hands into everything right now, even insurance. They're trying to get into health insurance and things like that. So, you know, I think CZ is right. I think eventually they will take Bitcoin. Whether they'll sell Bitcoin on Amazon or not, I think that's yet to be seen. Number 3. All right, ICE, the company behind bakkt, is calling it a moonshot bet. So they've been getting absolutely record-breaking earnings over the last couple of months or the last quarter in anticipation of bakkt. There was a fake story that was going around recently that was basically saying that it was going to be launching on March 12th. That's not really true. They haven't set a date yet, but a lot of people believe that March is the target date. So the CEO actually said this. His name is Jeff Sprecher. So he said, we have very, very large retail franchises, global connectivity to end users that we hope will be brought into that ecosystem and could create a very, very valuable company out of that initiative if our business plan plays out. So it's a bit of a moonshot bet. And it's been organized in a manner that is very different than the way that ICE typically does business. Bakkt has its own offices, its own management team, and etc. And then we've entered into agreements with it to provide services, as I've described, over that Bakkt, over that ICE overlay. Well, we know one thing. Bakkt is definitely involved in the community enough to know that we say moonshot around here. We talk about how crypto is going to moon, this coin's going to moon, everything's going to moon. I don't even know what the moon is, right? Maybe we've already been there. Some people say that we haven't.
You really like attention, don't you? You're the one who said you walked on the moon when you didn't. Calling the kettle black, if I ever thought of it. Saying I misrepresented myself. Get away from me. You're a coward and a liar and a thief.
But, you know, the crazy thing to me is that, you know, crypto, it's all speculation at this point, pretty much. We don't have a lot of working products, other than maybe the one that I'm using, Brave Browser here. But we don't have a lot of working products, and the fact that even these institutional investors are seeing this as a gamble, but a gamble that they're willing to take, it tells me that crypto still is in a place where people are just trying to figure it out. And that goes for your retail investors, the people like you and me, and also for institutional companies as well. They don't have this whole thing figured out yet. So I think a lot of people think maybe, you know, they're playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers. But I don't know. Maybe they're just as clueless as the rest of us. Number 2. So it's rare that I report on a story that's not really cryptocurrency involved, but yet the Wells Fargo story was a national story today. I was sitting here on my computer today watching my TV that's right over here, and I had the local news on, and the local news was reporting about the crazy lines, you know, at Wells Fargo banks as nobody could get their money out. And, oh man, it just hit me like thinking about what a disaster it would be if our power grid went out, which is totally separate than, you know, talking about cryptocurrency. But, you know, the fact that all it took, they said, was a smoke, like a smoke detector going off that shut down all of Wells Fargo across the United States. Now, do I buy that story? No, absolutely. But I have a Wells Fargo account, so I can't take out any money to buy it anyways. That was a joke. Yeah, I don't use Wells Fargo. But anyways, that's beside the point. And this is the second time this week that Wells Fargo has been shut down, and it just talks to or speaks to the centralization that goes into our banking system. At any given moment, they can take your money from you. So that's why Bitcoin is so, like, I feel like we've been in crypto for so long now that, or a lot of us have, that you kind of just forget what it is sometimes. Like, it's so simple, it's right in front of you. It's owning your own money. That's what Bitcoin allows you to do. Nobody else owns it. Nobody can take it unless you give them access, or, you know, they're able to hack through, you know, some different accounts that you might have with some centralized companies. But that's why it's so important, guys, that we push this adoption, we push mainstream, because I don't want to be sitting in a line for people to tell me that I can't get my own money out. Like, that blows my mind. So, you know, I thought this was a big win for cryptocurrency today, this story making national headlines. And it, like I said, it really speaks to the importance of owning your own money. The number 1 crypto story of the day. All right, guys, number 1 story of the day, not surprisingly, is the market pump. You know, we do market watch, but sometimes the biggest story of the day is the market, and today is definitely one of those days. So Litecoin up huge at 30%. Bitcoin surges $8, Ethereum 12% at the time of this article. And so people want to know what's pushing it. And I'm just going to summarize what this article said, and I disagree with it. But this article said that the statements from the SEC Commissioner Jackson yesterday, basically regarding how the ETF is going to inevitably be approved. He doesn't know when, or, you know, doesn't give us a timeline, but says it will be approved at some point because he believes the people that are doing the proposals will be able to get everything in line they need to be able to stop manipulation. So, I don't know, guys. I just thought it was absolutely crazy to think that that would be the reason, just those statements. It didn't even really make big crypto news, but I don't know. Maybe that caused institutional investors to come in and put money in. But Litecoin is kind of a different animal right now. It is surged up into, as you guys can see back over here, it is sitting at number 4 right now. just a couple of weeks ago, it dropped below Tron. Tron actually passed Litecoin for a brief moment. I believe, I'm pretty sure it did. Maybe it didn't, but I think for maybe an hour or so, yes, it definitely did. For an hour or so, at least it passed it, and then it kind of battled back and forth with Litecoin for a few days, or at least a day or two, and now Litecoin has just pulled ahead. Of course, that isn't really, saying anything about Tron. It's saying what Litecoin is doing right now is really good. So a lot of people are wondering why. Why is Litecoin surging so much? Well, some speculate that it may be, and Ken Bozak talked about it yesterday, the fact that privacy is supposed to become integrated in with Litecoin, where people will have the option to send Litecoin privately and it can't be traced, similar to a privacy coin. Now, that could give Litecoin the value that it needs to not only be like a great transactional currency, but also it could be the king of the privacy coins. This is something we haven't really expected. If you watch my review on Mimblewimble, basically Mimblewimble is a protocol that may allow or will allow Bitcoin or even Litecoin to be able to kind of go back into the privacy world. So I think that's what we're seeing. We also have the halving, whatever it is, of Litecoin coming up very soon, or relatively soon anyway. So a lot of people think that may also be pushing the price upwards, but it definitely had a great day today. I think Litecoin may continue to do well. A lot of people are saying it is not done running, so we'll just have to see. So that's all we got for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, BitBoy out.